Next up, crochet table runners. A table runner is one of those things that can completely change the feel of a dining table or a console table in your hallway. And this is one of the easiest things you can crochet that looks ridiculously expensive when done right. The trick here is to use a cotton thread or a thinner cotton yarn instead of thick, bulky yarn. I know I said chunky earlier, but for table runners, you actually want something finer because it creates a more delicate, lace-like look. Think about those high-end linen and crochet table runners you see in home decor magazines. That's the look you're going for. A simple cluster stitch or a shell stitch pattern in off-white or natural cotton will look absolutely beautiful on a dark wood table. The contrast between the natural yarn and the dark table makes both of them look more intentional and put together. If your table is lighter, try a warm beige or even a dusty sage green for some color contrast. Keep your runner long enough to hang over both ends of the table by about 6 inches on each side. That drape is what makes it look luxurious instead of like a placemat. And here's a little styling tip. Once you're done, lightly starch the runner and let it dry flat. This gives it that crisp, clean look that you see in professional home photo shoots. It takes maybe 5 extra minutes and makes a huge difference. Now, let's talk about throw pillows, because I feel like this one is underrated in the crochet community. Crochet pillow covers are genuinely one of the best things you can make for your home. You're not making the whole pillow, you just make the cover and stuff an insert inside. Pillow inserts are cheap, like $5 to $8 each, and you can switch your covers out with the seasons. That's something people pay a lot of money for when they shop at home stores. For the look expensive factor, go with a textured stitch. The bobble stitch, the puff stitch, or the waffle stitch all create this dimensional, 3-dimensional texture that looks incredible and feels even better. When someone walks into your living room and sees a cream bobble stitch pillow on your couch, they're not going to assume you made it. They're going to assume you spent $30 or $40 on it at a boutique. Again, stick to neutral colors for that elevated look. Cream, ivory, warm gray, dusty pink, terracotta, these all look intentional together, and they photograph beautifully if you ever want to post your space on social media. For sizing, a standard throw pillow is about 18 by 18 inches, so your cover should be just slightly smaller, about 17 by 17, so it's snug and doesn't look saggy. A saggy pillow is what makes things look cheap, so make sure your tension is consistent and your cover fits tight on the insert. Let's move on to something that's been blowing up on Pinterest and Instagram, crochet plant pot covers, also called cozies or baskets. If you have any kind of plant houses, this one is going to change your life. A boring plastic nursery pot can look like something from a high-end plant shop with a simple crochet cover around it. And this is one of the fastest projects on this list. You can make one in an afternoon. The stitch I love for these is the basic single crochet, worked in the back loop only. That one little technique, crocheting in the back loop only, creates these beautiful horizontal ridges that look so clean and textured. It's simple enough for a beginner, but looks like something much more complex. For the yarn, this is where jute or raffia style yarn shines. It has that natural, earthy look that pairs perfectly with green plants, and it gives you that organic, artisan feel. If jute feels too rough to work with, try a cotton blend in a natural tan or warm brown shade for a similar look with a softer texture. Make the cover just tall enough to hide the plastic pot underneath and leave the top open so the plant can breathe and you can water it easily. If you want to go the extra mile, crochet a small round base so the cover stands on its own even when the pot is removed. One thing to keep in mind, don't use these directly outside or with pots that drain water into the cover because the moisture will cause problems over time. These are best used with a saucer underneath the pot to catch any drips. Now I want to talk about something that feels really luxurious in a home. Crochet storage baskets. We're not talking about the floppy little baskets that won't hold their shape. We're talking about structured, sturdy crochet baskets that can sit on a shelf, hold blankets, store kids' toys, or live next to your couch as a catch-all. The kind that looks like you ordered it from a high-end home store. To get that structure, you need to use a thick, chunky yarn. We're talking super bulky, like a size 6 yarn, and a smaller hook than the label recommends. This keeps your tension tight and makes the fabric dense enough to hold its shape without needing any kind of stiffener. The slip stitch worked tightly is great for baskets, as is the single crochet. Keep your tension really firm as you work in the round, and push against a flat surface as you go to help the walls stay straight and upright instead of flaring out. For color, a natural, unbleached cotton rope yarn is absolutely stunning for baskets, and it's incredibly durable. It has that clean, minimalist look that pairs with basically any home style: farmhouse, modern, boho, Scandinavian, whatever your aesthetic is. These baskets are also really practical gifts, which is a bonus. A large crochet basket filled with a folded blanket makes one of the most beautiful and impressive gifts you can give someone, and the whole thing costs a fraction of what you'd pay for something similar at a store. Okay, let's talk about the one piece that I think gets the most "wait, you made that?" reactions. A crochet throw blanket. A crochet throw blanket done well is one of the most stunning home decor pieces you can have in your living room. Draped over the arm of a couch, folded in a basket, or spread across a bed, it instantly makes the space feel cozy, warm, and like someone with great taste lives there. But here's where people go wrong. They pick a complicated pattern when a simple one would actually look more expensive. Some of the most beautiful crochet blankets I've ever seen use nothing but the basic granny square or even just rows of half double crochet in a single color. The key isn't the stitch complexity, it's the yarn weight, the color, and the size. Go big. A blanket that's too small looks like a baby blanket. Aim for at least 50 by 60 inches for a proper throw. That size drapes beautifully and looks intentional. For yarn, this is where you can splurge a little and it's worth it. A merino wool or a soft alpaca blend feels absolutely incredible and looks luxurious. Even a good quality soft acrylic like Lion brand woolies or a similar weight in a neutral tone can look high-end if your tension is even and the size is right. A single color, especially a warm oatmeal, a deep terracotta, or a rich sage, always looks more designer than a multicolor striped blanket. Stripes can look great too, but stick to 2 or 3 colors max and make them tonal, meaning they're all in the same color family, just slightly different shades. Think light beige, warm tan, and camel all in one blanket. That kind of tonal color story is what high-end brands do, and it works every single time. And finally, the finishing matters more than most people realize. Weave in every single end carefully. Block your blanket by soaking it in cold water, squeezing out the excess, and laying it flat to dry. Blocking evens out your stitches and gives the whole piece that professional, polished look. It's the difference between "I made this" and "this looks like it came from a store." Here's what I really want you to take away from all of this. Expensive-looking crochet home decor isn't about using the most complicated stitch or spending years mastering the craft. It's about making smart choices, the right yarn, the right colors, the right size, and giving your finished piece that last bit of care with proper finishing. Those decisions are what separate a piece that looks like it's homemade from one that looks like it belongs in a design magazine. You don't need to be an advanced crocheter to make something beautiful for your home. You just need to know what to look for, and now you do. If this got you excited to start a new project, subscribe so you don't miss the next video. I'm going to show you my favorite free patterns for each of these pieces. Now I want to talk about something that feels really luxurious in a home: crochet storage baskets. We're not talking about the floppy little baskets that won't hold their shape. We're talking about structured, sturdy crochet baskets that can sit on a shelf, hold blankets, store kids' toys, or live next to your couch as a catch-all. The kind that looks like you ordered it from a high-end home store. To get that structure, you need to use a thick, chunky yarn. We're talking super bulky, like a size 6 yarn, and a smaller hook than the label recommends. This keeps your tension tight and makes the fabric dense enough to hold its shape without needing any kind of stiffener. The slip stitch worked tightly is great for baskets, as is the single crochet.